Canelo tough. I gotta use angles on him though. Angles. I gotta use angles on him.
Floyd Money Mayweather gives Jermell Charlo the blueprint in beating Canelo Alvarez. With Floyd Mayweather's advice and with Derrick James in his corner, can Jermell Charlo complete the task? We're going to talk about it in this video, but before we do that, make sure that you hit my like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subbed to the channel. Jermell Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez, a fight that I don't think nobody expected. Jermell Charlo, it seems like that he spoke this fight into existence right up under his brother's nose. Yeah, he took this fight from Jermall Charlo because Jermall Charlo wasn't on this shit. Jermall Charlo just wasn't ready, and we heard Jermell Charlo in several different interviews tell Jermall Charlo right there, hey, Jermall don't want to fight. I'll fight Canelo. Canelo, fight me, Canelo. My brother ain't ready. Fight me, Canelo. And everybody looked at Jermell Charlo like he was just a clown or something. Like, man, that fight ain't gonna never happen. Canelo ain't gonna fight you. Canelo will fight your brother, but not you. So when this announcement came that Canelo Alvarez was fighting Jermell Charlo and not Jermall, I believe everybody was shocked. I even believe that Jermall Charlo was shocked. You know what I'm talking about? We heard Jermell Charlo, even on one occasion, talk down on Jermall Charlo saying, you turned down a Canelo Alvarez fight. Yeah, he offered you turned it down. Now, Jermall Charlo denies that, but it is what it is now. Jermell Charlo, he continued to stay on top of his game. Jermall Charlo, he fell off dealing with some personal issues, and Jermell Charlo is the one that's getting the shot at Canelo Alvarez. Although he has to move up 14 pounds in weight, he's been out of the ring 16 and a half months. When they fight, he'll be out of the ring like 16 and a half months. But with all that being said, he wants to take this opportunity to be great. As far as Canelo, a lot of people believe that Canelo is on the downslide. Canelo hasn't looked too great in his past two performances. In the performance before the Gennady Golovkin performance, he lost. So he hasn't really looked too good in his past three performances, but we here now. You know what I'm saying? And now everybody wants to see what's going to happen in this fight. Can Jermell Charlo do the unthinkable and beat Canelo Alvarez, moving up 14 pounds in weight? We saw what happened to Amir Khan when he tried to move up 12 pounds in weight, but you cannot compare Amir Khan, glass jaw Amir Khan, to Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo is a whole different level of fighter, and he got a whole different level of chin. Now, we've already been seeing pictures of Jermell Charlo bulking up in weight, getting bigger. Like I said, even on the thumbnail, you can see the picture of Jermell. He's a lot bigger than we usually see him. And we've been seeing videos of him bulking up in weight. So I don't know how Jermell Charlo is going to come in this fight. Is he going to come in? He going to try to put on a lot of muscle? What is he going to try to do? Because according to Floyd Money Mayweather, bulking up in weight and putting on muscle is not the key to beating Canelo Alvarez. Now, as far as Floyd Money Mayweather, we know that Canelo pretty much got famous off of losing pretty much every round to Floyd Money Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? That's when he really became a mega superstar, is taking an L to Floyd Mayweather. That fight was so big in 2013, it put Canelo Alvarez on a whole nother dimension. But in that fight, we also got to see Canelo Alvarez get schooled. We still, to this day, haven't seen anybody beat Canelo as easy as Floyd Money Mayweather did. Floyd is saying he has the blueprint to beat Canelo. He showed it, and you just got to study and listen to what he's saying when he tells you to beat Canelo Alvarez. In Floyd's word, he has the blueprint, but everybody don't have the ability to carry out that blueprint like he did. Jermell Charlo, can he do it? We know that Jermell Charlo is a very skillful fighter. He got a high ring IQ, and he's a lot longer than Canelo Alvarez, and he's taller. Now, is he bigger than Canelo? Nah, Canelo's wider. Canelo is a bigger fighter. But Jermell Charlo is taller, and he has the attributes to carry out the blueprint that Floyd Mayweather is talking about. Now, I'm going to let you hear a little bit right now of what Floyd Mayweather had to say about beating Canelo, and then we're going to come back and we're going to cook on the rest of what he said.
Shit, that motherfucker Canelo tough. I gotta use angles on him though. Angles. I gotta use angles on him. I don't know how big it is.
So that was just a little bit of what Floyd Mayweather had to say. He said one of the key things to beating Canelo is you have to use angles on him. We all know that Canelo Alvarez has slow feet. One of his main liabilities is having slow feet. And it's always been like that for Canelo. But one of his best things is head movement. Another thing that Floyd Mayweather went on to talk about is his size. He says, it doesn't matter what his size is. I don't give a F what his size was. I knew that I had to use my angles on him because he had slow feet. And another key thing is your jab. He said, you gotta use your jab on him constantly because for some reason, Canelo can't get out of the way of a jab. He always have a hard time defending the jab. Now, one thing I gotta say about that is at one point in Canelo Alvarez's career, after he fought Floyd Mayweather, he got a lot better at defending the jab. His head movement got a lot better. His angles that he would use with his defense got a lot better. His counterpunching, his reflexes, and everything got a whole lot better. It seems like that he went in the lab and he just solely focused on defense, head movement, upper body movement, and all of that. He actually became one of the best defensive fighters in boxing. But if you look at Canelo now, his last 3 fights, he don't have that same head movement. He doesn't have the reflexes like he had at one point in time. That's why a lot of people saying that Canelo Alvarez is slowing down a lot. So at one point in time, yeah, you couldn't just beat Canelo Alvarez with a real good jab because he learned how to defend against the jab with his head movement and his counterpunch ability. But like I said, we haven't seen all that his past 3 fights. Does Canelo Alvarez still have that great head movement and that great counterpunch ability that would take your jab away and make you think twice about even throwing the jab at him? Because we all know that Jermell Charlo got a real good jab. You know what I'm saying? He'll jab you to your body. He'll jab you to the head. Jermell Charlo, one of his keys is his jab. That's why I said that Jermell Charlo actually has the attributes to beat Canelo Alvarez. But can he carry out those attributes? And is Canelo Alvarez actually slipping like we've seen in the past 3 fights? Can Canelo get back to the Canelo with all of the great head movement? Or is he going to be the Canelo that we've been seeing recently, just walking his opponents down, throwing power shots to the head and to the body, and just overwhelming them with pressure? You know, because will that work against Jermell Charlo? It could work because he's the much bigger fighter. Jermell Charlo ain't never even got to test himself at 168. And Jermell Charlo is going to have a lot to overcome to beat Canelo Alvarez. A lot of people running around. I don't even think they so much Jermell Charlo diehard fanatics. I think that they just hate Canelo Alvarez. And let's get this straight. I'm not a Canelo Alvarez fan. Everybody know that. But I do know how to be realistic. So I hear a lot of these dudes coming out saying that Jermell Charlo is going to KO Canelo Alvarez. He going to put Canelo in the dirt. He's stopping him. That ain't happening. I don't know what y'all talking about. Canelo Alvarez, one thing that he does have, and I don't care if you don't like him, if you hate him, he got a hell of a chin. He got one of the best chins in all of boxing. So Jermell Charlo knocking Canelo Alvarez out is not happening. That ain't happening. Jermell Charlo is going to have to do exactly what Floyd Mayweather was saying. He's going to have to depend on using angles, using his jab, and then he's also going to have to rely on Canelo Alvarez getting tired later on in the rounds. We know that Canelo, he does gas out. When it comes to like round 7, 8, he'll start gassing out. And that's when Jermell Charlo can turn up. Because another thing, Jermell Charlo, he can't just move for 12 rounds and use his jab and think he could beat Canelo Alvarez. We seen what happened to Caleb Plant. It ain't gonna work. He eventually gonna figure you out. He eventually gonna cut that ring off. But what you need to do is give him a lot of movement, and you need to fight him at the same time. See, what Caleb Plant didn't do, Caleb Plant was just moving, pity-pat, moving, pity-pat, moving, and it was working for a little bit, but it didn't work for too long because Canelo started cutting off the ring, figuring him out, and hitting him with those power shots to the body and slowing him down. And the same thing can happen to Jermell Charlo if Jermell Charlo don't hold his nuts and stand in the ring and fight Canelo Alvarez and let Canelo Alvarez know you just not finna come in here and throw anything on me, right? I'm gonna show you different looks, I'm gonna show you different angles, I'm gonna use my jab, and I'm gonna fight you and hit you with hard ass hooks and uppercuts at the same time. So you gotta have more than just one game plan to beat Canelo. You gotta have the full arsenal. Can Jermell Charlo do it? I guess we're gonna find out on September the 30th, but he has a whole lot to overcome. Like I said before, I like this fight a lot better than Jermall Charlo because I think Jermall Charlo, he wasn't right, and Jermall Charlo was gonna go out there and get his ass knocked out. You know, now Jermall Charlo a few years ago, it might have been a different fight. But I like Jermell Charlo. His head is on right, although he's been out of the ring for a long time, but he also has a tremendous trainer in his corner in Derrick James. And I know that Derrick James is going to come up with the best possible game plan to beat Canelo Alvarez, or at least come close to beating him. We're going to see what happens. Let me know what y'all think about this. Drop a comment in my comment section. Make sure that you hit the like button. It's free. Stop hating and hit the like button. And y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And if you're not subbed, make sure that you subscribe to the channel.